Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessie. This is Playful Moon Tarot. So grateful to have you here today. In today's Pick a Card, we are going to be pulling some messages from the Lyrans to see what they have for us. And so groups 1, 2, and 3 will all be linked down in the description box below. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, you can head on over to my website. That link is also in the description box. And I have my Instagram linked as well if you're interested in my daily tarot pulls. And let's get into your guys' readings. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys are drawn to the field of potentiality. And what this card talks about is you have so many gifts and so many different potential avenues to go down. And there is something deep within your soul that is ready to be nourished, to come to fruition, to grow, to expand. And the Thorn card also came out for you guys. And this really talks about setting boundaries and allowing yourself to really take up space, your own space, and create that sacred space for yourself to be in. And really setting firm, loving boundaries can be very difficult, but it's something that is very necessary in the process when we are exploring our field of potential, right? Going down these potential paths. Really getting ourselves into those spaces to allow us to create what we want to create for ourselves, and really not feeling shame and guilt for needing to establish space for ourselves to be able to create. And I'm going to pull some tarot to get a little deeper into the message. But what is coming through is that you guys also, for some of you, have really endured some heartache. And all of a sudden there's a bunch of hail hitting my window, so sorry if you guys can hear that. It's almost like the hail is like this message of it's time to break through. It's time to break through. Okay. Oops. Hold on, let me get those. And honoring the spaces that hurt really bad, that are really brokenhearted, and really honoring those heartaches within us allow us to deepen our understanding about life in general, about ourselves, about relationships, about what our needs really are. And so what came out for you guys is the Emperor, the Eight of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Yes, absolutely. Because not only was that Thorn card really talking about those boundaries when I was doing the meditation and really dropping into your guys' energy in this reading, not only was it about the setting the boundaries, but there's like a real sense of a heartache and loss that has also kept you guys from like fulfilling your potentials, from fulfilling and going down those creative paths, from exploring your wants, your needs, and your desires. There is a sense of being held back because we need to heal, because we need to process, because we need to understand what happened, gain that knowledge in order to move forward. And so any spaces in you that really need your attention as far as emotional healing, really give yourself that space. And know that when you're ready, you are able to break free from those binds. And we always carry our wounds with us. They'll always be there. But instead of having it be something that holds you back, it becomes a lesson. It becomes, when you make peace and acceptance with those spaces, you're able to understand the wisdom and the knowledge that needed to come through. And it allows you to build from a space of an understanding that doesn't only help yourself, but helps the collective, the people around you, and helps on a greater level. A lot of people that have been bullied, you can go down to one of two paths, right? You can either become a person that bullies other people, or you can go with the understanding of, I don't want to put that hurt on other people, because hurt people hurt other people, right? But not always. When we take the time to reflect, to go in, to understand the lesson of why this happened. And when you get into your heart space, and when you really start to heal those spaces, there's something that's going to come forth that is really going to unlock some magic for you guys, that's really going to start to unleash this potential, that's really going to start to help you grow. And really think about energy, frequency, vibration. When we really focus on a lot of the negative things, the things that haven't worked, the hurt, the pain, we can end up attracting some more of that into our life. And it's been a challenge for me too, integrating these parts and then learning how to attract things just from vibration and frequency, but I'm starting to understand it. And so I really encourage you to, at least once a day, even if it's for just a few minutes, really find something that you're grateful for. And this is the challenging part, within the lesson, within something that really hurts you, that really was just felt like the universe was really against you. I really encourage you to go into those spaces and find a little bit of gratitude for the lesson, the wisdom that came forward. Now, it's not an easy thing to do sometimes, but it's how should I say this? It's the braver thing. Do you want me to say braver? Okay, thank you. It is the braver choice to make, and it's also the kinder choice to make for yourself. Because when we don't appreciate the really hard lessons, we're missing gifts from the universe. And I know that that can be seem really backwards. But my guide is really wanting me to encourage you to really try to find those lessons within those spaces. And it's almost kind of like her hands are providing like a Reiki healing. It's like, instead of screaming at her sorrow, she's kind of holding it and comforting it, and then like letting it flow, right? And like kind of allowing those emotions to flow, which really unlocks some beautiful things and some beautiful healing. And the Page of Cups and the King of Wands, you guys are really going to get to a place where you guys are going to be mastering your emotions if you can learn these lessons. If you can get out of the spaces of the why did this happen? Like, why is this happening to me? And being able to ask the question of, what can I learn from this? It really unlocks some real new ideas and potentials for you, and an understanding. And even like down here, kind of like how this is really kind of a small, so down there it's two hands going like this with a heart in the middle, very much like, and the problems will get smaller and smaller the more that you like universally understand them. When we take our personal emotions out of it, it really unlocks that universal wisdom, the knowledge of the lesson. And I really feel like it will help you to stand in your power, and then you will be able to go out and show how you were able to heal and help heal others in the way of being able to share your story is what I'm really feeling. There's a lot of potential for you guys out there. And once you guys can really master, really for you guys, what I feel is like these really turmoil emotions, that's really gonna unlock some magic for you guys. So I'm gonna just send out a little love, a little light, a little Reiki towards you guys. And the little crystal ally that came out is the blue aventurine. So if this crystal resonates with you, then you might want to pick up a little piece of that. It might help you with this part of your journey. And I just want to take a moment just to send you guys a little bit of Reiki. You don't have to have it. If you want it, you can just say yes. My guide's going to work on that for me for just a minute while I finish up this message. If you had a wound, you would dress it, right? Put Neosporin on it. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to give. I'm just saying you would tend to a physical wound. If you cut yourself and you were bleeding, you would tend to it. And that is how they're showing this emotional hurt for you, is they're just asking you to address it and give it some love. And it's not that you guys are ignoring it. It feels a little overwhelming for you guys. And that's where I want that Reiki to kind of help come in and to give a little bit of balance and be able for you to process a little bit at a time. You don't have to take on the whole wound. Just give a little bit of attention to it each day. Even just a few minutes sitting in meditation, holding yourself, journaling what comes up, anything like that. If you guys need help from an energetic healer, counselor, something like that, definitely reach out. There is support out there for you guys. And I'm just going to send a little bit more Reiki. I really hope you guys are able to overcome these challenges and find the wisdom. And so if something in this message resonated with you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So you guys were called to the Central Heart card, and with this, there is a sense of maybe a turn of events or meeting somebody suddenly or something really shifting, and it is leading you into a more heart space, more heart-centered, and more fully aligned way of being. And then the Rose of Venus card also popped out for you guys, which is harmony and alignment, relationships, flow. And so right away, for some of you guys are going to meet like another Lyran Starseed or another starseed that works really well with you, for some of you. And actually the majority of you, I feel like the majority of you that are going to be called to this reading are going to be developing some type of a love relationship. For those that are not looking for love, or maybe that's not what this reading is for you, then there's a sense of like a friendship, community, or deepening within yourself. So I'm going to pull some tarot to clarify the message, but there's a sense of clearing out spaces and really welcoming this new energy in. There's like a shift in your guys' energy field. And with that, it's really unlocking some new potentials for you guys, some new relationships, calling in your soul tribe, calling in your soul family. Some of you actually might, have a baby together. I'm also hearing that, like, fertility is also, oops, and this is definitely faded with that card that just popped out. And Venus, the planet, it's all about love and sex and fertility and all of, the joyous, more pleasurable sides of life. And so this is a very pleasurable time for you guys, in the sense that you guys are really calling in like soul connections, partnerships, long-lasting connections that are also going to help you guys create some of the things that you guys have wanted to create. Now, whether that's a family, whether that's art, whether that is a channel on YouTube, a book, there's really something that is going to be created in this space that you are now creating. And you guys, yeah, that when going back earlier when I first said there was like a sudden change of something, and that's confirmed by the Tower and the Three of Cups, because the Tower is a fated event that cannot be stopped. And there's, oh, sorry, did I say Three of Cups? I meant Five of Cups. I was looking at that. I was like, I think I said the wrong number. With the Tower, for some of you, this was a Tower moment in the sense that it was a very unexpected and unwelcome change, but you guys are starting to understand why. And you guys, now that you're standing up from the rubble, you guys are starting to understand why this just busted apart. And if you haven't gotten to that understanding yet, you will. The space that you guys are leaving behind is not a space that you guys could create in, feel seen in, be your authentic selves in, create the life that you want to live. It was a battle for you guys, and you guys were really starting to get tired of the battle weary. That's what I just keep hearing. It's we're battle weary, we're tired. And there's a sense that you guys could have kept going, but it feels like the universe came in and said no more. Just absolutely no more. And I mean this in the most loving way, but you some of you guys were wasting your potential, your love, your energy on something that wasn't in alignment with your highest like good, your highest self, your highest knowing and understanding of who you really are as a soul and what you came down here to do, because you guys have this feeling of needing to accomplish something. You guys are really trying to bring something into existence. For some of you, I'm getting that real family sense that you guys really want to have like some children, raise them in a certain way with certain understandings that kind of shift the paradigm of what we currently understand. For some of you, you guys want to create art, books, maybe have a channel, but I'm really feeling the sense of family right now, partnerships. My guide just said the magical and the mundane. What somebody might see as mundane, you guys are finding a lot of magic in how you can create with that to make the collective a better place to be. And this is all fated for you guys. The Wheel of Fortune is here and the World is here. This tells me that, okay, interesting. This tells me that you guys will be affecting the world in a good way, like, and for the people that want to, right? Maybe not everybody that's drawn to this read wants to be seen on a global scale. Some of you guys might move. Some of you guys might move to a whole new place too. That's part of this creative process for you guys. And some of you guys might meet your person when you choose to uproot and move. But there's a real sense of success, finding community, traveling to new places, experiencing new places, and realizing that this is like a fated destiny. This is fate. This is karma balancing itself out. And With the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, I feel as if these are the two cards that's representing some of you in this male and female partnerships, or female, female, male, male. It's not gender specific. But what I'm getting is that one of you is going to be very creative from your mind and the thoughts and like the channeled messages that come in. And the other partner, your partner, is going to be very driven by the emotion, like what makes their heart feel full, and then sharing that out into the world. And vice versa, right? Like you could be the King of Cups or you could be the Queen of Swords. It's going to fluctuate there, but there's a sense that for some of you that find yourself in a relationship, one of you is going to really be led by your thoughts and dreams and desires that like show up mentally first. And the other one is like, that's how you balance each other out. The other one then leads with their heart space. And it's a very beautiful, I'm very seeing a very symbiotic relationship here of being able to create like that with your partner. And maybe you guys are going to create something together. Maybe you guys are going to open up a sound healing business, or maybe you guys are going to open up some other type of business where you guys are both like the creative force behind that. I also see that too. That's what they're showing me. And wow, I'm just trying to see if any other messages come through. I definitely feel really big things for you guys in your future. You guys are moving towards really big shifts, really big creations, really big dreams, and really feeling full in your heart space, and really feeling like the universe finally heard you and you were able to drop into that space where this was able to come to fruition and all of your dreams start to manifest in the actual 3D. And I think for some of you, it's going to kind of surprise you in the beginning. Be open, be grateful, and be grateful that will keep attracting those more things to be grateful for, right? In those terms of frequency. And so those are the messages. And the little crystal ally that popped out is actually the golden amethyst. And so if that is a little crystal that calls to you, maybe picking up a little piece of that for this part of your journey would really help. And I'm wishing you guys the very best of luck. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Infinite Paths card. And right away, my guide was like, look, it's the number 12, which when you reduce it down is actually the number 3, which talks about change. And the After the Rain card was your other oracle card that came out, and that talks about new beginnings. And after we have a real big emotional upset, having that acceptance and understanding of why that certain situation came to an end, and being able to understand what our path forward is once we've released all of those things that were holding us back. So I'm going to pull some tarot right now, but there are more paths for you guys. And so most of you that are going to be drawn to this reading just experienced a big upset, something coming to a close. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a school, it could be a way of thinking. I'm really feeling for some of you it was a relationship, could be a friendship, could be a love interest. And there's a real, my guides are just really, really, really wanting to push the narrative of there's new paths for you. There's more possibilities. And I feel like you guys really can't see that right now. And that's not like a shaming thing. I just feel like what you guys went through really made you doubt in the universe, doubt yourself, doubt your worth. And there's a real true like lack of being able to understand why. And that's because we have to go through that acceptance process. We have to go through the acceptance, not necessarily forgiveness yet for some of you guys, but acceptance. And so the tarot cards that came out are Justice, the Three of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. And right away, my guide pointed me to this card and is like, they don't see the opportunities. They don't see the new paths. They don't see the other potentials that are lying there in front of them. They're not able to see that right now. And that's because we have to go through that acceptance. We have to go through those understandings and releasing. And right now they're saying to really lean in on the community that really supports you, whether that's your friends, your family. Maybe you have like a gaming community or something online. Whatever community you feel like really understands you right now. And for some of you, I'm hearing you guys lost that community, you lost that friend, or you lost that space, right, of being supported. If that is the case, understanding and accepting that maybe you are growing and shifting away from that community. When we shift, okay, so my guide just told me, so this is going to be a specific message for some of you out there. My guide just told me this resonates, this message is for you, for this part of it. You guys just went through some energetic upgrades. There was like a leveling up in your guys' consciousness. You guys had like a breakthrough moment. And I feel like for some of you, it alienated you. And that's what, like, it was like your ideas didn't resonate, but that's because that community isn't for you. And that's what the paths are. That's what all these other paths are that are going to be leading to all these other avenues. So that is a specific message for some of you out there. For some of you that do have a supportive community right now, leaning into that is really going to help you, because I have a sense that you guys are a little bit in a indecisive period as far as really which path to go down, which cup to trust, right? They're saying which cup do I trust? Because the Four of Cups, the original depiction, is having 3 spilt cups in front while the universe is, like handing you another cup, but you can't see it because it's behind you. So it's that sense of really not seeing what these other opportunities are, really not understanding and liking this process, and also trusting this process, because for some of you, this is a really hard shift, but there is a balancing that needed to be done. I'm hearing you guys weren't going to grow in those old spaces. And so the Justice card is like telling me that it was balance. It's like a balanced, faded, like, she's like, I'm here to cut out what no longer serves you. That's just what the card just said to me. That's her action in this card right now. The energy is she's cutting out what is no longer serving you. And sometimes when that happens, that can be really jarring, because maybe we were comfortable in those spaces. Maybe, maybe that was what you needed at the time. But what they're saying is that, like, times are changing. And there's the decision that needs to be made. And there's a sense that you guys feel like you only have a couple small different options. You feel very limited in your options. And that's why it just like, when I see this card, I see a person standing in the middle and I see like so many different paths shooting out from them. There's like 12 different paths that are like encircling this person. And they're saying like, you literally can go down any one of these paths. Like whichever path you feel like is going to light you up inside, go down that path. And they're saying that it might be a lonely journey in the beginning because when we're shifting into our new alignment, those old structures, those old friendships, those old relationships, thoughts, all of the old, even clothing, like they're showing me clothing. Get rid of clothing if you haven't worn it in a while. It's literally like an energetic cleansing that's taking place. And then it's like having a ripple effect on you, and it's affecting the other areas, and it's like cleansing out what is no longer serving you throughout those other areas. So, okay. So they're saying trust your soul. Trust your soul and where it wants to go. It wants structure, it wants guidance. And all of those things are within your grasp and your intuition. Meditation, journaling, going into those quiet spaces where you really can hear what your heart is telling you, what your oversoul is telling you, realizing that you hold the key to unlocking the magic on these paths and unlocking, they're just saying infinite potential, so much potential. And, you know, when we cry, we really do release things that are no longer serving us. And I know that I live in a space where it rains a lot. If you don't, I'm sure, I mean, everybody's going to experience rain, some places more than others. Sorry, where I was going with that is right after it rains, that newness in the atmosphere, that smell, like the air smells better, things have been washed away, there's like a cleansing. It can feel very, okay, now I just cleared out all this clutter and now I have all this empty space. And then we have to wait, right, for the universe to fill up that empty space with the things that are now in alignment with where we're at. And the more that we stay in alignment in our heart space of where we're at, those things will start to find you. Those things will start to get attracted to you, and you will start rebuilding this community. Just seeing if there's any other messages. I'm going to send you guys a little bit of Reiki for those that want it. You can just say yes. I'm going to have my guide work on that as I'm finishing up the messages. But it's really important to understand that you have more than just a couple of options. It's really, really, really important for you guys to hear this right now. You have more than just a couple of options. They're saying go to the spaces that seem completely just unrealistic and completely like fantasy, and start to really dream in those places. And they're saying it's going to unlock a lot of potential for you guys. And the crystal ally that came out is the little clear quartz. Clear quartz is very energizing and healing. And it can also amplify other crystals that it's by. And so if the clear quartz crystal is calling to you, this might be a moment in time that having a piece of clear quartz would be really beneficial for you if that's calling to you. I'm going to take just another moment and send a little bit more Reiki. And they just showed me a flower that's just blooming. Allow yourself to bloom. Allow yourself to unfold from those spaces. I hope something in that message resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.